Welcome to Bipolar Talks, where we dive deep into the lived realities behind clinical terms, breaking down mental health experiences with empathy, insight, and storytelling. I'm your host, and today, we're stepping into a world many have heard about, but few truly understand. Today's episode: what does mania feel like? Not just from a textbook, not just as a checklist of symptoms, but from within, from the racing mind, the sleepless nights, the bursts of energy, the magnetic confidence, and yes, the crashes that sometimes follow. Whether you've experienced mania yourself, know someone who has, or you're just curious to understand it better, we invite you to walk with us. Not as tourists, but as students of lived experience. Let's start at the beginning. Imagine waking up and feeling like a genius. Not metaphorically, but truly. Feeling that your ideas are world-changing, that your thoughts are clearer than they've ever been, and that somehow you've unlocked secrets the world hasn't seen yet. That's grandiosity. It's not arrogance. It's a sincere, unshakable belief that you are destined for something big. A feeling that the universe is aligning just for you. People describe it like suddenly being the star in a movie they didn't audition for, but it fits. You feel chosen, special. And it's not coming from ego, but from a deep internal certainty. But this self-confidence, it doesn't just stay in the mind. It affects decisions, risky business ideas, impulsive investments, declarations of love or purpose. The feeling is electrifying, but often it's built on air. Have you ever felt too good to be true? That's where mania often begins. Sleep becomes unnecessary, or so it feels. During a manic episode, a person may go days with barely any rest. 3 hours, 2 hours, none. And yet they wake up bursting with energy. The body isn't begging for rest. The mind is saying, we've got things to do. One person described it to us like this: it's like sleep is a waste of time. I could be writing music, starting a business, calling my cousin in Australia to tell him my next big idea. I don't feel tired. I feel alive. But the catch? The longer the mind spins, the harder it is to tell reality from imagination. Sleep isn't just rest, it's grounding. Without it, mania gets louder. Do you know that feeling after pulling an all-nighter? Now multiply it by days. That's where things start to blur. When someone's in a manic state, their speech often becomes rapid, intense, hard to interrupt. Pressured speech. It's like the mouth is trying to keep up with a speeding train of thoughts. Tangents branch off from tangents. Connections are made that no one else sees. People listening might think, wow, this person's so passionate. But soon it gets hard to follow. There's no pause button. There's urgency in every sentence. I have to tell you this right now. Wait, one more thing. No, let me finish. I just had a brilliant thought. Inside, it can feel exhilarating or exhausting, and sometimes terrifying. During mania, colors can seem brighter. Music sounds deeper. Touch feels electric. It's not just emotional highs. The sensory world feels turned up, sometimes beautifully, sometimes overwhelmingly. This can lead to impulsive behavior. Shopping sprees, sexual encounters, spontaneous travel, or quitting a job on a whim. At the time, these actions don't feel reckless. They feel right. They feel inspired. And yet, many people look back and say, I didn't recognize myself. So here's a question. When does inspiration cross the line into instability? Not all mania feels euphoric. Sometimes it comes with agitation. Thoughts race, but nothing feels satisfying. Everything feels too slow, everyone too dull. Small annoyances feel unbearable. People become frustrating. This is the misunderstood side of mania. The anger, the impatience, the inability to sit still without feeling like you might explode. It's not always a party. Sometimes it's a prison of energy. In more severe manic episodes, reality itself can bend. Some hear voices. Others believe they're being watched, or that they're on a mission from God, or that they're invincible. We spoke to one individual who believed for a week that they were a prophet, and another who thought their phone was sending them secret codes from the government. These aren't metaphors. They're lived realities. And while they might sound crazy to an outsider, inside the experience, they feel realer than real. Eventually, mania slows down. Whether through medication, intervention, or sheer exhaustion, the storm quiets. And what's often left? Guilt, embarrassment, confusion, depression. You wake up and realize you spent thousands you didn't have, or said things that hurt the people you love, or scared your family with your intensity, and worst of all, you miss it. The highs, the creativity, the energy. Coming down can be brutal, but it's also a return to self. Mania isn't a superpower or a curse. It's a neurological state, deeply tied to brain chemistry and mental health. But it's also a human experience, one that can be terrifying, thrilling, and deeply misunderstood. Managing mania often requires therapy, medication, support networks, and personal insight. It takes courage to face the mirror after mania, but many do, and find resilience they didn't know they had. If you or someone you love experiences mania, know this: you're not alone, and there is help. Thank you for joining us today on Bipolar Talks, as we explored the lived experience of mania. If today's episode resonated with you, or taught you something new, we invite you to share it, with kindness, with openness, and with a willingness to understand. This video is for informational purposes only, and does not replace professional medical advice. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health symptoms, please consult a qualified expert or healthcare provider. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and stay compassionate.